Hi ladies. Today Magdi's cooking show with the girls. Layla, my daughter, friends are here and they want
Christy.
yes, and then they like to learn my stuffed cabbage because they tasted it and they love it. The stuffed cabbage can be different every house because
You won't share your stuff.
can I say something? You even have your recipe and with the pictures, okay? I don't want to hear it, okay? So let's start. The starting, usually you have to cook hocks, and I cook it until it falls off the bone, and then you have to separate the lean meat.
We put it into our pots after. So please.
Yes. And then they will chop the onion, and then 2 onions will be sliced. I have to start with the ground pork, and then we already chopped the onion, and then we will need like sauerkraut. And everything will be on YouTube site, and you can read the recipe there. Oil, not too much because enough. And then we're adding a little salt that what makes the onions sweat a little bit. You don't need too much. Thank you. Yeah, you film they dancing between mixing the onions. Draining out the cabbages, and in the last jar we will leave a little liquid or juice because if it's too sweet we still can make it a little bit sour. Christy is sauteing the onion. Now you can add the paprika.
2 of it, right?
Yes, but the recipe will be on the YouTube site.
Some of this one?
Mix the onion with the paprika, then you add the cabbage. Don't forget, everything I make or show, it's my way, how I like it. The ladies pick mixing, Christy and Layla mixing the cabbage with the paprika. We take it out. We did the whole mixing together because we want the paprika is merging all over. This is different what you saw before, but it works and delicious. Add 1 more or 3 more, and we go from there. Okay, and we leave it alone right now. We're mixing the sausage or the little balls. Now, Christy is doing it 3, 4, just because we don't want the cabbages burning when we layer everything in it.
Layla?
And Layla too. And now you can mix it together a little bit.
Oh, mix it?
Yes, mix it a little bit. And we leave it alone until we're making the little balls.
It's time to make balls, everybody. The ground pork, the chopped onions, the half-cooked rice. We're also adding our spices, vegeta, paprika, marjoram, and pepper. We won't add salt until we taste because it might be salty already from the ham hock juice.
Okay, and some rice has to be cooled before you add it to. And we need 1 or 2 eggs.
More? Oh, we need the eggs. We don't have eggs. I have more rice.
We're adding 2 eggs to it. It's always depend how much you're making. We're making 2 pounds. And then you can mix the ground pork with ground beef too if you want. Or you can make it just from ground beef, but the beef is a little bit drier. So we like to taste of the pork. You not just mushing it like that, show how you mush that. And then you have to fold it a little bit because that way the seasoning goes much better and doesn't stay in one place. And the girls wash their hands, and if you don't like to touch meat, then you put your gloves on. Christy will do the little balls, and then she had to oil the plate, make sure the little balls won't stick to it. And let me go closer. perfect. And what you have to do is try to make the same size. Doesn't have to be perfect, but now Nicole will do it. She likes to run out and play with the phone, but I think I will take away the phone. But let's see how she's doing it. And she, of course, oiled the plate because we don't want the meatball is... Yes, looks good, but let's see the other one. And you didn't dip your hand in the water, but that's okay. So they're doing it so good, I can't believe it. I am so proud of my students. Okay, the girls almost finish rolling. And then we go layer the little meatballs. Christy will lay down the little meatballs. Bring it closer and it's easier. Okay. You can be a little bit faster. Thank you. You don't. Oh, I am so proud of you, Christy.
Thank you.
Okay, done, enough, because we have to leave it.
Okay.
One more you can put. Usually do it like, make it half on the one row, half on the other row. Okay, now she can just add the layer of cabbage. And you see, because we already mixed the paprika in it, we don't have to add between. And this will be the same. We cook the ham hocks and then we take off the fat part, and then now we're just spreading it a little bit because this will give you more smoky flavor. Okay, and now you do the same thing layering the meat. Now is Nicole time to lay out the meatballs. Same thing, you don't have to put too many, but just check how many balls you have and halfway on the bottom and the other layer. And add one bay leaf on the bottom. Perfect. And then you add the cabbage. You see, she doesn't care about COVID or anything. I like her style because that's what I like to do. Because this way I feel it, how much I put in. But Christy was really nice. She showed you without that, or you put gloves on. Smoked ham hocks. You can add a little more. Okay, and on the bay leaf, both sides. One, or maybe it's too big, so break it half. That's okay. It's fine. Sausage. We still will add the smoked liquid because that will give you the flavor. And then you need some liquid in the cabbage. Make sure they can cook through. And you can add one more. So. Perfect. Okay, you have to shake it because if you mix it now, then the balls will fall apart. So you have to bake it in the oven first, because if you mix it right now, then the meatballs will fall apart. And you will, it's enough, thank you. You will cover it and put it in the oven for half hour, and then you can mix it because already cooked, and then won't fall apart. Now Nicole will add the smoky liquid and later on Layla, but we don't show that part. And you remember, or you didn't hear what I said, we have to add this because we want the smoky flavor. And now after enough, you will shake the pot because we cannot mix it. Lift it up and shake it a little. We want the liquid go all over. Okay, enough. Now you will cover it and we'll bake. Let me show.
She brings over flour.
stuffed cabbage without the leaves. I don't know how I name it, but this we call it stuffed cabbage. Turned out good. Was a half hour first in the oven, and then I open and mix it gently, and then put back the lid, and after another 30 minutes. So altogether you have to bake it for an hour, and it's delicious. If the liquid is gone, then you can add a little water. Other thing, you can take out one, and then you can cut it and check it and taste it, but this is cooked. So an hour is perfectly enough for making this. An hour is enough to making this. I warm this up the next day or after that. I always sprinkle a little flour on top, and I mix it together when I am warming it up. But the little bitty flour will give you a very good taste. This is the smoked pork ham hocks, and this will give you a good flavor either for the stuffed cabbage or the bean soup. What you making like Hungarian style. Then I could not show everything because the girls had to pick up their kids, so this way at least you get some idea how to make it. And for me is the best how this is the bigger ice scoop maker, and if you roll it with, do it with the ice scoop maker, your balls always the same size. And you can dip your hands in the water, not sticking to your hands, but right now, because I am showing you this way and it works for me. So you got the idea, it's not that hard. And with the ham hocks, I'm showing you now because the ham hocks is important to cook before. And on the show, we cooked the ham hocks the night before, so that's why you didn't see how. You just put onions, little salt or vegeta, and cook it until falls off the bones. That's the whole secret, but you can do that night before too, just like we did. Finished cabbage, delicious. You can eat it with the sour cream, or if you don't like it, just keep it. And have a nice cooking.